Welcome to my channel. My name is Althea Hurst. I'm the managing broker at Arla Real Estate. I'm a broker and a real estate educator. And here on my YouTube channel, I talk directly to realtors and home buyers. For my realtors, we're talking clarity, systems, marketing, strategy, and how to actually get deals closed. And then for my buyers, I walk you through everything you need to know. The what, the why, and the how in a simple, straightforward way to make the process easier just for you. All right, you guys, one thing about me is I like to hop right into it. So let's get into it. One thing I see consistently, especially right now, is overwhelm. Even I sometimes feel like I'm overwhelmed. Not the I'm busy overwhelmed. I'm talking about the kind where your brain just feels full. Your to-do list is long. You know you need to work, but you don't even know where to start. If that's you, this video is for you. So first, let's name the overwhelm, right? First, let me say this very clearly. Feeling overwhelmed does not mean you're failing. It usually means that you just care, and you care a lot. Most realtors aren't overwhelmed because they're lazy. They're overwhelmed because they're doing too much at once, without clarity, without systems, and also, too, yes, without boundaries. So here's what overwhelm usually looks like in real estate. And if this is you, you probably like, oh my gosh, right? You're juggling buyers, sellers, leads, content, because social media is a job, follow-ups, emails, family, children, life, recreation, happy hours, all the things. You're reacting all day instead of intentionally working. You keep saying, I'll get to it, but the list never gets shorter. And mentally, you're tired, but the day before the day even starts. So overwhelm isn't what we call a motivational problem, it's a clarity problem. And clarity does not come from you simply doing more. Just because you're doing more doesn't make you productive. This is where most agents get it wrong. When you feel overwhelmed, your instinct is, I need to do more. How many of you felt like that? I just need to get up and do more. I need to do more calls. I need to do more content. I need to just go back to the basics. I need to do more tasks. I just need to do more of everything. But clarity doesn't come from motion, it comes from decisions. Can I say it again? Clarity doesn't come from motion, it comes from decisions. So here's your first real tool. When you feel overwhelmed, stop asking, what should I do next? Start asking, what actually matters right now? Not this week, not this month, but right now, here in this moment, what matters? Then create yourself what I call the 3 bucket clarity method. Okay. I want you to take a piece of paper or open up your notes app on your iPhone or Android, if that's you, and draw 3 columns, right? Label them money. I hope you're with me. Momentum and maintenance. Okay. Money, momentum, and maintenance. Now, let me explain why I want for you to label these money, momentum, and maintenance, okay? Because money equals one task that directly lead to income. These are what we call your revenue generating activities, your revenue generating tasks, meaning that if you get this done, you probably can get some income. So that looks like you calling warm leads, you calling people that filled out your form or was on your landing page, following up with your pre-approved buyers, getting your seller consultation scheduled, negotiating a contract, going to the listing appointment, putting the listing inside of the MLS, whatever is going to give you revenue, that's your money. Okay. Your second one is momentum. These are what we call tasks that build future business. Okay. So this is the momentum. This is going to get you pumping. This is going to get you going. So the tasks that build future business is, of course, your marketing, right? That's your content. That's going to be your events. That's going to be your networking. That's going to be your email marketing. That's going to be all of those things, right? And then lastly, we have what we call your maintenance, right? These are the tasks that keep things from falling apart. If you ask me, most of the time these tasks should be done by admin if you can't afford to hire admin personnel, or at minimum TC if you have transactions in the line. So that looks like emails, that looks like admin work, that looks like paperwork, that looks like documents, addendas, systems, all of those things. So when you're overwhelmed, it's usually because you're stuck in the maintenance center. all day and wondering why the business isn't growing. And it's because you're doing the maintenance and you're a realtor. Okay. So clarity comes from intentionality, choosing what bucket you're working in and when. Not to say that you can't work in the maintenance bucket, you can, but when will you do it? Okay. So you have to have what we call those daily non-negotiable, because here's another truth. Agents don't like to hear it, but you don't need a 20 item to-do list. You need 3 non-negotiables per day. I teach my agents the rule and the principle 3 of 3. Okay. Every single day, ask yourself, if I only got 3 things done today, what would move my business forward? For most agents, that's going to look like one thing that's going to be a money making action, one follow-up or relationship touch, and one future building action. That's it. That is it, right? You have that 80-20 rule where 20% of your efforts will equal 80% of your business, right? 80% of those business results. So clarity doesn't come from checking off everything. It comes from knowing you worked on what matters, even if everything else has to wait. Oh, I love that, right? Overwhelm often comes also from avoidance. I can raise my hand because I know I avoid stuff. I want to say this so nice and so honestly. Sometimes overwhelm isn't actually avoidance in disguise, okay? Sometimes overwhelm is actually avoidance in disguise. This is you avoiding following up with someone who you said, not yet, I can't, right? This is you avoiding a hard conversation that you know you should have had 2 weeks ago. This is you avoiding looking at your numbers because you are so disappointed that you know you didn't reach your goals. This is you avoiding the fact that you have to admit to yourself that something didn't work, the content didn't work, the event didn't go as planned. And here's what's happening. You avoid the thing, your mind keeps replaying it, and the weight grows heavier. So you're avoiding it, your mind's replaying it, and now it's feeling heavier on your body. One of the fastest ways to create clarity is to just do the thing you've been avoiding first. Not perfectly, just intentionally. Better done than perfect. Clarity loves actions, even small actions. So create yourself a white space on purpose to have those small actions complete. If your calendar is full, your mind will be too. A white space for you is not laziness, it's strategy. You need time where you are not just responding and reacting or producing. You need time to think, you need time to plan, and you also need time to reflect. Even if it's you are doing this 30 minutes in the morning, if you're doing it a walk without your phone, if you're going to block out an hour once a week, the space is where the clarity shows up, and you have to create that space for yourself. Most breakthroughs don't happen while you're busy, while you're moving. They happen when you finally slow down enough to just simply hear yourself think. And when you hear yourself think, you'll be able to realize, like, wow, you know what? You're not behind. I'm not behind. Maybe I'm just a little unsupported. So I want to speak to the agent who feels like everyone else has it together. I want to talk to you real quick. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're likely just trying to do a business that was never meant to be done alone, by yourself, in your head, and with absolutely no structure. Clarity often comes when you stop trying to carry everything alone and start getting support, systems, and guidance. All right, that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want to connect with me, check the links in the description box below. And whether you're a realtor looking to grow your business or you're buying or selling a home, feel free to reach out. All the links are in the description, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.